The first rays of the morning fell on Ali's eyelids before the Fajr call. It wasn't a habit, it was a habit. The day he started 20 years ago, when the burden of his youth was laid on the shoulders of those who carried his father's funeral. Ali was only 17 years old at the time, but his eyes had the understanding that comes from trials, not age. His house had two rooms connected by a small hallway in the middle. The walls were plastered with lime, on which Sana had tanned some old clothes. The colors of the old carpet lying on the floor had faded, but there was still a glow in the cleanliness that testified to Ali's hard work. The house had been built by his father with his life's savings, and Ali was now watering every brick of it with his own sweat. Ali was a supervisor at a factory on the outskirts of the city. His work was simple: supervision of the machines, applying the duties of the workers, meeting the production target. But there was a complex quality in his simplicity, honesty. He knew that every machine had a heart that was powered only by the oil of honesty. That's why he never fails to show up on time, neither at work. His salary was 5,000 rupees per month, a sum of money that was barely worth spending by the standards of the city. But Ali had turned it into an art. He keeps an account of every rupee, considers every expense. He used to do 3 parts. One was household expenses. The second was savings. The third was mother's medicine and needs. Her mother, Fatima Bibi, suffered from arthritis and needed daily medication. There was no greater prayer for Ali than the health of his mother, and no greater duty. Sana has been married for 5 years. This relationship was arranged by Ali's aunt. Sana was very beautiful to look at. Blonde complexion, big eyes, and an innocent smile on the lips that made Ali his idol at first sight. Sana used to talk less in meetings before marriage. She used to keep her eyes down. She used to say yes. Ali understood that this style of shyness was a sign of his purity. But after marriage, things started to change. The first year all went well. Then the small firm started, new mobiles, jewelry, expensive clothes. Ali fulfilled every wish by working extra nights, not buying clothes for himself, even drinking less tea. He believed that his wife's happiness was his success. In the 3rd year, Sana's impatience began to grow. "You don't matter." Falani's husband gave him the car, she would say. Ali remained silent. The answer would be in hard work, and increased hard work. One day Sana said, "I have to meet an old friend. I will come in the afternoon." Al laughed and said yes. How did he know that this old friend was actually Cameron, Sana's boyfriend, whose marriage was stopped by her parents? Because Cameron did not have any permanent employment. Cameron, a name that was going to poison Ali's life. He had been Sana's classmate, handsome, fat-tongued, and with an artistic ability to escape reality. His father ran a small cloth business that never prospered. Cameron left education early, spent time in various schemes, and finally had a dream to start his own business. I just needed the capital. And then came Sana, a woman who was overwhelmed by her husband's earnings, and who still had a place in her heart for Cameron. Chapter 2: The Dark Path. The first meeting. Sana was sitting in the coffee shop of a mid-sized hotel in the city. She had a cell phone in her hand, watching the clock. Then through the door entered Cameron, tall, stocky, well-dressed. He had a confident smile on his face that attracted women. It's been a long time, she said. Sana istudia. It was the same voice that had been whispering in his ear during his college days. You're the same, she said. And so, how's married life? Cameron asked, in a special tone. Sana took a deep breath. You know, fiz normal. Cameron talked about his dreams. I want to open my own outlet, in a shopping mall, bring clothes exported from abroad. You know how good my test is. He spread out his hands. There is no money. Sana thought how nice it would be if I could help. Returning home that evening, an idea came to his mind. Ali's savings account, in which he used to deposit 5,000 rupees a month. It is now about to lack rupees. The first time Sana took out the money, her hands were trembling. Ali's bank card was with him. 'Cause Ali put everything in his name. The end of trust. He took out 1,000 rupees and gave it to Cameron. Cameron hugged him. You are my life, he said. For Sana, this sentence was no less than an addiction. Ali had never said anything like that. Ali's expression of love was silent. Preparing breakfast, massaging his head in pain, bringing sweets of his choice. But Sana needs words that make her a princess. And Cameron was providing them. Within 6 months, Sana emptied Ali's savings account. When Ali asked one day, what is the state of saving? So Sana lied, used from mother's medicine. Ali didn't say anything. She asked her mother, but Fatima Bibi said, Son, you give me the medicine yourself. You did not take anything from your daughter. Ali confided in Sana, maybe there's some truth to her lie, but the road was dark. Now she began to take Ali's jewelry. Ali's mother gave her jewelry at the time of marriage. A necklace, a pair of bangles, a set of earrings. Sana would hand them over to Cameron. He would sell them. And say, when my business is up, I will give you much better jewelry. Then came the day when Sana took the first loan in Ali's name. 50,000 from a small finance company. Ali's signature was used on the document, which Sana had copied from one of Ali's forms. The reason for the loan, domestic needs. Cameron was now more confident than before. He opened a small office and hired 2 employees. Sana became his secretary, coming to the office, helping with paperwork and handing out money. Cameron assures her that, as soon as the business becomes permanent, he will marry Sana. Divorce Ali, Cameron said one day. Sana was shocked. He's a good man. Do you want to stay with me? Cameron asked. Shana made the decision. Ali felt suspicious for the first time that day when he suddenly returned home. He arrived 2 hours earlier than usual. The power went out at the factory. The home was empty. Sana had gone somewhere. Ali called out. There was a sound, a noise in the background. Where you at? Ali asked. My mother. I am going to the market from there, Sana replied. Ali called Fatima Bibi. Ma'am, is that you? No, not today, she said. Ali's heart was broken. For the first time he felt the lie of Sana. He sat down, looked at his hands. These were the hands that toiled day and night, wiping every brick of this house with their sweat. Have you ever hurt someone's hands? Did they ever cheat? When Sana returned home that night, Ali was silent. He didn't ask anything. Sana told the story of how she had Gone to meet a friend who had suddenly gone to the hospital. Ali nodded his head, but he didn't sleep that night. He was calculating in his head how much was in the savings account last time. When did you see the jewelry? Sana's new clothes, new makeup accessories. How was it all coming along? Went to the bank in the morning. He asked for a status. When the cashier gave the statement, Ali's face turned pale. There was only 1,000 rupees in the account. It looked at the last 6 months of transactions, small withdrawals, every week. The account was eventually deleted. Ali asked the cashier who was withdrawing the money. Your wife. They have a copy of your card and ID, the cashier replied. On returning home, Ali opened the box containing the jewelry. It was empty. There was only a small braid lying which was from Fatima, Bibi. Ali took it in his wide hand. Thought it was going to break into pieces, but he managed. Ali was now convinced that something was wrong, but he didn't make any noise. He didn't scream, didn't run. He knew that crying wouldn't change the truth. He was silent, but a storm was brewing in his silence. The next day, Ali opened a secret account in a new bank. She changed her paycheck, 20,000 to the mother's account, 10,000 to the new account, and 5,000 to where Sana could withdraw. Then Ali started the work of spying. He retrieved backup files from Sana's old phone, the phone she had upgraded, but had stored the old one. There were pictures and messages. Pictures with Cameron, love-filled messages. A message tore Ali's heart. Sana, I hate Ali. He doesn't value me. Cameron, soon you will be with me. Just a little more money is needed. Ali saved all the files. He began to watch Sana's movements. She found out that Sana leaves every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon and returns by the evening. One day, Ali followed him. He stopped in front of a small office, watching Sana go in. On the board of the office was written, KH Imports and Exports. Ali noticed it. That evening, Ali contacted a friend who was a private investigator. He asked him to get information about Cameron. 2 days later, the report. Cameron Ahmed, 32 years old. Education incomplete. Wanted in various fraud cases but due to lack of evidence. Has recently registered a company called Comports, despite not having income in the bank account. Large amounts of money have been. Ali read the report. Every word was like a stone in his heart. But he didn't cry. The time of tears has passed. Now it was time for action. Ali developed his strategy. It wasn't just justice. He knew there was nothing to cry about. The legal road was long, and the evidence must be strong. The first step is to save money. Ali transferred all his assets to his mother's name. The house papers, the rest of the savings, everything. Fatima Bibi asked, Son, what is all this? Ali replied, Mother, just saying your name will be safe. The mother saw the pain in her son's eyes, but remained silent. The second step, record Sana's loans. Ali asked for a lawyer. He was told that loans had been taken in his name. The lawyer suggested, first, send a letter to all the lending companies that Ali has not taken this loan. Ali did the same. The third step, business. It was the most complicated. Ali investigated and found that Cameron's business was only in papers. In fact, he was giving the money to others at interest. and had rented a small shop in the shopping mall with some of the money. Ali began to play. He used a fake name, Arif Ahmed, contacted Cameron with a new phone number. "I've heard you are starting a new business. I want to invest," Ali said in a changed voice. Cameron was immediately ready. "Yes, we have very good opportunities." The meeting was arranged. Ali changed his appearance, glasses, mustache, different style. Cameron called him to his office. Ali saw a small room, 2 chairs, a table, and big things. "I want to invest 50 lakh rupees," said Ali. Cameron's eyes lit up. "Very good. You will get profit every month." Ali laid down the conditions. "I will be a silent partner. No one should know my name. I will prepare the legal documents." Cameron agreed. He just needed the money. Ali got an expert lawyer to draw up contracts that were obviously in favor of Cameron. But in small clauses, all that control was with Arif Ahmed. Cameron signed without reading. He was blinded by the lust for money. As the first installment, Ali gave 10 lakh rupees, the same money that Sena had stolen and given to Cameron. Now, the same money was coming back in a new form. Chapter 5. The Birds in the Woods. As soon as Cameron got the money, his activities intensified. He paid the store rent in the shopping mall, ordered supplies, and began preparations for the opening. Sena now came every day. She considered herself to be the owner. One day Sena said to Ali, "I have a friend's wedding. I have to get a new suit." Ali says. He gave 5,000 rupees. Sena frowned. "What will happen then?" "At least 15,000. Ali added to it. He knew that this money would also go to Cameron and into his own net. Here Cameron's activities increased. As soon as he got the money, he bought a new car, started living in expensive hotels. Sana would be with him, thinking that this is all his future. Ali tightened his grip. He further invested in Cameron's company under the name Arif Ahmed. Each time, he added a new condition that weakened Cameron's grip. One day Ali said to Cameron, "I have a problem. My brother is stuck in the bank audit. Can you take some of my money into your account for a few days? I'll give you a commission." Cameron was immediately ready. It was his favorite job. Take other people's money into your account. Ali deposited 50 lakh rupees in Cameron's account. This was the money that Ali had deposited in his mother's name. Now, Cameron suddenly had a lot of money. He thought, this is a golden opportunity. He invested a part of the money in his personal expenses and a part in another scheme. Ali produced legal documents proving that Cameron had misused other people's money. He sent secret information to the tax department that Cameron was transacting large sums of money without paying taxes. Then came the decisive step. Ali, through his lawyer, reviewed all the documents of Cameron's company. He found that Cameron had forged signatures and used fake seals at several places. One morning, as Cameron was driving to the shopping mall in his new car, 2 police cars pulled up in front of his car. Police pulled him out of the car. "What's the problem?" Cameron asked angrily. "Are you Amir Khan?" one of the officers asked. "Yes." "You are accused of fraud, money laundering, and forging documents. Come with us." Cameron was surprised. He didn't believe in it. He protested, but the police took him away. The same day, Police searched Cameron's office and home. All the documents have been seized. Cameron's bank accounts were frozen. Senna was horrified when she found out. He immediately went to the police station. "I am his fiancée. Release him," she said. "What's your name?" asked the officer. "Son Ali." The officer looked at his records. "You're also accused of theft of husband's money, forged signature." Sana's face turned red. "How? I didn't do anything." He came to know that Ali has also started legal action against him. The list of all the loans taken in his name. The evidence of his forgery, all had been collected. Senna returned home, the house that was no longer hers. Ali was sitting there. You've done all this?" Senna asked with a shrug. Ali looked at him. He had tears in his eyes, but no anger. "I did what you taught me, to work in silence." Shana began to cry. "Sorry, I made a big mistake." Ali said with a slight smile, "Senna, it was time to apologize. When you stole my money for the first time, or lied for the first time, or cheated on me for the first time, you've chosen your own path." Courtroom 15. Both Senna and Cameron were present. Ali was sitting with his lawyer. The judge began hearing the case. Ali's lawyer presented evidence. Bank statements showing Senna's whereabouts. Records of jewelry purchases found with Cameron. Fake signatures on loan documents. Documents of Cameron's company that were forged. Messages between Senna and Cameron. Senna's lawyer tried to defend. "My client is a simple woman. She has been cheated." The judge asked, "Do you accept that you stole your husband's savings?" Senna nodded her head. "Did you take false loans in the name of your husband? Did you cheat on your husband and have sex with another man?" Tears started falling from his eyes. "I want to apologize." The judge made the decision. Cameron Ahmed faces up to 7 years in prison on charges of fraud, money laundering, and falsifying documents. Sana Ali is sentenced to 3 years in prison on charges of theft and forgery. But since this is the first crime, and she has confessed, the sentence is suspended, but she must pay back her husband. While Ali told Sana Hevorch, "All the documents are ready. All that you had has gone from your works." Sana pleaded, "Do not go anywhere. I will serve your mother. Anything." Ali paused and said, "I will serve my mother myself. You have reached your time. Now my work is over." Ali's life has changed. He left the factory job and started his own small business, a textile unit. The same money that he had taken back from Cameron, he put into it. All the assets of Cameron's company, which were legally in the name of Arif Ahmed, now came to Ali. He started running the shopping mall shop under his own brand. Fatima, Bibi, now lived with her son. One day he asked, "Son, will you marry again?" Ali smiled and replied, "Mom, not yet. First you have to fix yourself, fulfill your dreams." Ali's story spread through the city. People praised him for his courage, but he remained silent. He never gave details, never took pride in his success. Year later, Ali set up a charitable trust for poor women who are economically weak. His motto was, "No one should be forced to cheat." In regards to Sana, he had no house, no money. His parents didn't approve. She moved to a small town, took a job as a clerk in a school. Perhaps for the rest of her life. She remembered the day she had turned down the trust of a straight man. Ali's story has many lessons. Silence is power. Ali has never made a noise, nor made emotional decisions. He acted wisely. The power of honesty, no matter how bad the situation is. Honesty is the ultimate winner. The fruit of patience. Ali was patient, planned, and then acted. Place of labor. Ali's labor was his biggest weapon. The difference between forgiveness and revenge. Ali did not take revenge. He established justice. Today, Ali is a successful entrepreneur. The company employs more than 50 people. He lives with his mother and indulges in the simple pleasures of life. Sometimes at night, he sits on the roof, looking at the stars. Maybe he thinks that life takes a strange path. He had never dreamed that he would have to take such actions against his wife. But life taught him a lesson. Sometimes it's necessary to break up, so that we can realize the power within us. Ali's story is not over. He's moving forward. He made his pain his strength, his trials his lesson. And maybe that's the greatest gift of life. To know that we have enough strength to withstand any storm, provided we stick to our principles and listen to the voice of our conscience. Ali is still the same simple man, but now there is a depth in his eyes. The depth that comes only from the intense experiences of life. And he knows that the real success is not what you achieved, but what man you wanted to be and eventually became.